So the iPad mini first generation was launched on November 2nd, 2012 with the Apple A5 dual-core processor clocked at 1 gigahertz. The iPad also had 512 megabytes of memory, and you could get it in up to a 64 gigabyte storage configuration. The iPad mini inspired many of the smaller tablets that you see today. Hey guys, this is Tech It Out, and today we are going to be finding out if the iPad mini first generation is still usable in 2020. So, let's get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with app support and seeing if any apps are compatible. I imagine not, since they are not really compatible with the iPad 2 and iPad 3, because this does run the same iOS version, being iOS 9.3.5. That is the latest version it can run, and as far as I know, not many apps are compatible, but I'll just show you anyways, just to show you what apps are and are not compatible. Okay, so I finally got it to load. I just had to log on to a different network because there was not good internet connection up here. So I'll go ahead and just try some popular apps right now. So like Netflix, one that I use almost every day. Just to show you, it most likely, I don't know why it would install on this if it won't install on the iPad 2. See? Netflix is not compatible with this iPad, and that is unfortunately the case with many modern apps. So let's just try like social media like Instagram, just for reference here. So I believe I'll have to click for iPhone up here, which I'm glad that you can run iPhone apps on iPad, but even though the actual image doesn't look right, but I know some people who use Instagram, and as you can see, it's not compatible on iPad. I do know some people that use it on their iPad though, although I do not. This is just to show you though that modern apps really don't work on iOS 9.3.5, which is the latest version that the iPad mini can run. So let's just try like a Maps application. Say you wanted to use Google Maps. Let's just go ahead and try that just to see if it will run. I don't believe it will. Or I just type Google, it'll probably bring it up though. Let's see. Okay, Google Chrome, Google Photos, Google Docs. There's a lot here. Google Maps. So if we click install, not compatible with this iPad. What a surprise. So it really sucks that the majority of apps are not compatible. I believe I'll be able to find some older games like Minecraft. As far as I know, Minecraft is still compatible with this iPad. That's like one app that never hardly loses support for anything as far as I know. So let's just try it and see if it downloads. So it actually is downloading. So Minecraft is the one game that you can download the latest version on this iPad. I'm sure there are some other games, but most modern apps, especially ones that are there to make profit like Netflix and Hulu, I know Hulu's not compatible. So a lot of those social media streaming type apps will not be compatible with the iPad mini first generation, but some older games such as Minecraft, and I'll find a few others, like I remember there was one I used to play called Monster Truck Destruction when I was little on my iPod Touch 4. Okay, so as you can see, we can click the download button here on this older game. I believe it will download. I would be highly surprised if it doesn't. But my point is, some games, I guess because they know a lot of these games will be played by little kids, and most little kids don't have the latest iPads and iPhones, so that's probably why a lot of these younger kid games will still be compatible with your older iOS versions, but the newer apps like Netflix and Instagram, those kind of apps will not. So I'll just show you how these games play as soon as they finish downloading. And they have finished downloading, so let's go ahead and just test Minecraft out here. I'm sure it will be kind of slow and laggy, or at least that will be my guess. Okay, so as you can see, we finally get to the main page here. That was a long time of loading, so I'll just, man, I haven't done this in a while. Just create a new world, I guess. Okay, now I'll just create it and see what happens. Surely it won't crash, but it's being awfully slow. Okay, so as you can see, there is a world here, and it does seem to actually load, as you can see here. So it is actually going okay. As you can see, there's a lot of just emptiness over there. But it seems like it's going to play okay. So if you absolutely want to play Minecraft on the iPad mini, you can, but it took it about 2 minutes total to load between loading the game and creating the world. So it is not exactly a fast experience. I would not describe it as fast. It was very slow. Okay, so as you can see, I guess we can buy this truck if we want to play the game. I used to play this game back in like the 2nd grade. As you can see, it is playing here. It seems to be a little bit laggy. Yeah, it takes a minute to load the tracks, but I'll just load it and see how it plays. This is just to give you an idea of how some younger kid games and older games like this will play, but I believe they do still update it. So it is laggy, as you can see. But I don't even know if I would describe this as playable, to be honest. I mean, technically you can play this, but it's extremely slow and laggy. So, I mean, if you want to buy the iPad mini to play video games, you can, but the majority of the games will be very laggy. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, as far as social media and streaming apps, you cannot download YouTube on this iPad either, unfortunately. So now let's move on to the next test, which is Safari. How well does it handle modern websites? It should be decent. It obviously won't be as fast as the iOS 13 Safari. And it could also have to do with my internet connection, but as you can see, it does load perfectly smooth here well, it seems like all the images are loading well. So we can go click Mac over here. So it is being a little bit slow. Again, that could have something to do with my internet connection, but it's normally not slow at all. Okay, so as you can see, it has loaded everything perfectly fine here. We've got all the latest MacBooks here, so I can just click buy on the MacBook Air just to show you. And I'll show you one more website after this. I do not know what the holdup is here. Why is it not loading? This could be part of the web browser compatibility not being excellent. Try refreshing here, and still nothing. That is strange. That could be slightly our internet connection again, but this has never happened to me on a video, and this is the same place that I film all my videos, so I don't know why it will give me issues now. So as you can see, for the most part, the web browser does work, but it is slightly glitchy. So let's go to my website here. Check it out, guides. Okay. So as you can see, it does load here. Well, I say that, it gets stuck at like halfway. Okay, so we do have my website here. It is loaded. Well, it's even glitching out a little bit. That could be because some of the ads and pop-ups. So as you can see, it does load. So we could actually here's the downloads page just to show you another page. So it is working. So let's go to the YouTube channel just to show you that you can actually use youtube.com, as far as I know at least, even though you cannot use the YouTube app. So let's go ahead and click on my latest video here. Turn the volume up. Hey guys, this is Tech It Out, and today we're going to be finding out. So as you can see, it does work. RT in 2020. So let's get started. So what exactly full screen mode works?
RT? Well, basically, it is a version of Windows 8 or 8.1 in this case.
So Safari, as far as I can tell, it might be a little slow or glitchy at times, but you can actually use Safari. Okay, so now let's go ahead and test iMessage here. So as you can see, I'll just type hi, and it will pop up here. So as you can see, it does work. Oh, there's some old app nonces, I believe, for an SS or SHSH generator, which is basically or a nonce generator. You use that to downgrade with SHSH blobs. But anyway, those old texts are irrelevant, so we can text back, and it should pop up on my phone over here. It did not. It says delivered though. Oh, there it is. Okay. So as you can see, it is iMessage does work. So let's go ahead and try FaceTime real quick. So can answer it here, and I'll mute this just to keep feedback from happening. It says connecting. It did connect, as you can see. If I wave my hand over here, it does work. So FaceTime and iMessage both work on the iPad mini 1st generation if you want to use it for iMessage and FaceTime. So to answer the big question, is the iPad mini 1st generation still usable in 2020? I would say it is, but many of the apps are still not compatible, just like with the iPad 2nd and 3rd generation I did a video on a while back. Both of them, it's the same exact problem because they all have the same latest iOS version, which is iOS 9.3.5. And even the iPad 2 and iPad mini share the same processor, the Apple A5. So they're pretty much, as far as specs go, exactly alike other than the screen size. But the iPad mini you can use for like iMessage and FaceTime and even some Safari. But if you're looking to use social media and video streaming apps, it's really not good for you. You should go ahead and get either the new budget iPad, or they have a newer iPad mini, but it's more expensive than the budget. I would recommend just getting the new budget iPad. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like these, and go ahead and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any new videos when they come out. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.